Hello everyone, welcome back. So to clarify, to clarify some few things that I should have put in the last video, I'm basing this on my own country's stages throughout history and in the in-game stages, which is Britain. And also, I made a mistake in saying that they didn't use cob. What I should have said is that from my own research and the physical evidence that I found for Britain specifically, because they used cob prehistorically and in the Neolithic age all across the world, but for Britain we didn't really find more evidence dating back further than the 13th century. Now, considering we already hit the Iron Age around about 750 BC, and with all the other evidence and all the other stuff, I feel like there would have been some evidence dating back further than that. Now, I know it came by different names, but when you're reading like scientific studies and stuff like that, they include those names. So I can only go on by my own standards, where I'm drawing a line and my own hypothesis, if you could call it that. So with that in mind, let's talk about Britain in the Chalcolithic age. Now, because there wasn't much in the way of copper deposits in Britain, we bolted to the Bronze Age. Simply because I believe because we didn't have enough copper deposits to really enter the Copper Age for a significant time, and bronze is way more stronger than copper. Because we were having a lot of Europeans, travellers, merchants, traders come in and settle in, that's where I believe we got our copper from, was basically merchants and trading. Now with that in mind, so when we got our tools, like the saw was really like the big significant tool that came from copper. I'm trying to gather all my memory and information and speak it out, and my brain is going 100 miles an hour. So when we gathered this copper, we were more into artisan stuff like jewelry making, adornments, ceramics. I think stuff that was of value to trade to the Europeans, so they felt it worthy to trade more copper with. It was more of a very social, massive change than a building structural change. Yes, there's some things that slightly changed, but they were still building in circles, semicircles, like capital D shape we know now, rectangles. They still lived in single room houses, and if they had multiple rooms, they were more of higher standard families, like nobility, that sort of thing. I think that covers it all. So let me show you what I've created. So here we are. We've got two builds here and some further builds at the back, but let's show you the rectangular one. I use wattle and dab, and I use dry stone. Now in the way of farming, I don't think much on, I think they had fruit trees, but they were like mulberry trees, but I'm not sure if they cultivated them. There was a bit iffy on the information there. I couldn't find any good studies on it. So I used plenty of beams, wattle and dab, and they would have had like more barley, so I only put the rolls of water simply because of game mechanics. Yeah, these are barrels because they didn't actually have like wooden barrels, they had like the pots. So I used a decorative barrel for the Cubitech chisels. Now this is a cellar. See, if you want this to actually register as a proper cellar, like get a 0.2, you can just pack this up with round dirt just above this line, and it will go straight down to 0.2. But I'm keeping it more historically accurate because their roofs weren't really insulated. They were left, as you call it, you know, completely bare bones. I've used the rammed earth, this one. I was going to actually chisel like lines of make it look like slabs in here, but then I tried the rammed dirt, and as you can hear, it actually sounds like you're walking on stone, not dirt, which I absolutely love, and it just looks great. I used some oil lamps and I chiseled on there. And then we got the main house, which is pretty much same design. I don't think they would have changed much. This is a D-shaped. Yeah, they would have used the same materials throughout their builds, but just maybe bigger or different shapes. They definitely had pigs or boars. They didn't have sheep yet, for some reason. Yeah. No, I kind of made a chimney. I had to. Ooh. I had a chimney. Yeah. I am sorry if I'm going so fast. I'm just maybe going a bit too over enthusiastic. I'm not sure. Yeah, I didn't actually push this one back. I don't know why I did that. I did the rectangle after this one, so I probably learned from my mistakes. Quiet. I'm gonna do that. I made a loom. I couldn't resist. Could easily get 2 up here. Yeah, I used the brown wattle and dab added to the light tan or something, I'm not sure, to kind of make it look charcoaly or, you know, splattered effect, but it kind of looks more of a design, which, you know what, I'm not even mad about. And I'm going to show you the back of the loom here. Oh, toys, man, I have to jump over them. Yeah, so as you can see, a bit of a close-up. I didn't pull the top bit all the way around the wood. I should have. Now this over here is not this stone bit is not historically accurate. This is a nod to the burial rites and the cultural adoptions of, you know, people settling down in the country, and they were just start to really develop their spiritual nature, I reckon. So that's just a nod, because you know of Stonehenge and all that stuff, so I don't need to make it physical accurate. Now, someone put in a comment for Tumuluses. Now, this is as close as I could get, because I can't really chisel, and this game didn't like me doing this, because I was carving this out and it crashed my game, and it was like, you know what, I'm going to leave it here. So they're usually like stone graves, which is then covered by dirt. Now, how I managed to do this is if you got the option for the chisel most cubic blocks, you can actually chisel grass blocks. Now, what you will probably have to do here is shape it in dirt, wait for the grass to grow, and then right click with the chisel and turn them into chisel blocks, and then use peridotite or any other stone, dry stone type you want, or cobblestone, and then you chisel down as much, you know, to the grass point. And on here, I actually use the wedge tool to push it down, so it does that. Your eyes aren't fooling you; they are lower than what they than a full block. So, yeah. I don't know what's inside a Tumulus. I couldn't actually find what that is, but I'm assuming because it says graves, you know. So, yeah. I actually prefer doing builds this way now because it kind of starts looking more whole by decorating the outside of it. Actually makes more sense. And I did actually quite enjoy chiseling the shape of that. And I used wattle everywhere. I used it sparsely, but you know. Oh, and these are kind of doubled walled as well. So there's a layer between this curve and the outside curve. So this should still be an insulated home. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and catch you later.